What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome to episode 2 of SBC to Glory. We got a lot to get through today, loads of comments and just loads of just chit chat, I suppose. First things first, thank you guys so much for your incredible support on the channel in general. Yesterday was a pretty big milestone day for me. We hit 1.8 million subscribers on the main channel and 400,000 subscribers on this channel, and for that guys I'm extremely grateful. Who knows, maybe we get this channel to 1 million, I'll get another million sub button, who knows. Second of all, yesterday's video is already well in excess of 10,000 likes and is like one of my most liked videos on this channel ever in like the 4 years almost that this channel's been running. So for that again guys, I am super grateful. So yeah, thank you very much for your support. I realized that like this series is a real tricky one. And it comes with a lot of contention, but the first thing I want to kind of address before I get into the comments is, in the 2-hour-long video, I stated that, you know, this method requires time and effort and some attention, right? It's not just something you could do easily, and there are easier ways to make coins in this game, okay? You can trade easier, you can snipe, you can invest, you can spend FIFA points. There are easier ways to make coins in this game. For me personally, I enjoy this grind. I enjoy, and this is why Road to Glory is something that I heavily focus on, because I enjoy starting with nothing and just using the game to grind up hard. And so for those people that, you know, in the comment section are like, oh, I don't have the time for this, then just don't do this. You know, that's quite okay. But the reason why I'm kind of like bringing this up is because I want to relate it to other games. You know, when you get another game, let's take like a grindy game like Diablo, and they bring out the new season of Diablo. Diablo is a game that I play. Probably you guys don't even know what Diablo is for some of you. If you only play the game 10 minutes a day, you're never going to get to level 70 and you're never going to start getting Paragon points. But you're not going to be upset because somebody else is on Paragon 500 because they put in the effort. And there's no way that you can get there without putting in the effort. And what you got to look at this whole method is that the more you put in, the more you will get out. But regardless of which way around you go, you will get good returns long term. If that means that you can only put in 10 minutes a day, then only put in 10 minutes a day. But what I will say again, if you only have 10 or 20 minutes a day or half an hour or an hour a day to play this game, this isn't the method for you. There's just easier, quicker ways to make coins. In my opinion, they're far more boring. They're far less rewarding, but they're there, right? And so, you know, this isn't for everyone. With that being said, the times that you can open bronze packs, because you can do it on the companion app, and because you can do it on the web app, and you can do it, you know, on your way to school, on your way to work, during your lunch break, to open 10 minutes of bronze packs here or there really isn't that difficult. And in terms of the series, you know, I wanted to make this something relatable, but I'm making this series extremely hard on myself because I want to just prove to you and to me that it can be done from scratch with no added coins. But for you guys, the process should be easier for a few reasons. Number one, it should be easier because you're also getting an influx of coins that I'm not getting from other areas of the game. So you should also be, you know, you should have got your squad battles rewards yesterday. You should be making coins off of that. You should be getting your FUT Champs and Rivals rewards every Thursday, and that's going to bring you in coins, and you should be playing the game anyway during the week, and that's going to get you your coins. And again, a lot of people are like, oh, I just don't have the time for all of this. Then, you know, without trying to sound rude, to those people that don't have the time to put in, you don't deserve the account that I have, or Nick has, or Run the Foot Market Nick has, or anybody else that does a Road to Glory has, or spends no FIFA points. You don't deserve what they have because they've put in more time and effort for you. You don't have, you're not entitled to have more just because somebody else has more. So if you want the things that we have, you've either got to put in time or you've got to put in money. And some people tweeted me, some guy tweeted me, he's like, it's easy for you, you know, you spend 10 hours a day on this game, it's your job, I'm a father of 2, and I've got a wife and I've got responsibilities. Okay, so this just isn't for you. That's absolutely okay. You know, I'm not trying to force this down people's throats. The reason why I'm making this kind of mini series is because there was just so many questions about so many basic principles that I thought, let me just show them. Let me just make a series, let's get it shown, and then they'll never forget. And on that note, for those of you that are still here 5 minutes in, if there is just even one of you that is godly enough to put timestamp, like put a comment with timestamps for each time we talk about a specific comment or part of the project, that way I can pin it and then we can use it. We can really build like a library of reference points. So when some people say, oh, how do I do this or what do I do with this? I'll just be like, look, this video, here's the timestamp, boom, detailed explanation with visuals for you right there. So as I said, I made this extremely difficult on myself, and this will be way easier for you guys. And genuinely, guys, if anybody's account is in the state that this account's in right now, I would say again that this probably isn't for you. If you've only got like 40 or 50k coins and not a player in your club, just do something else. Go and play a different game, or go and play head-to-head, or spend FIFA points, or I don't know, like just wait every Thursday for rewards and start doing advanced SBCs and stuff, because this just isn't going to work out for you. It takes far too long at the start. But what will happen is, and the reason why I'm kind of doing what I'm doing here on screen now, even though it's not live, what will happen is it will snowball. And once I start, I'm very much looking forward to getting the first icon bronze pack done and the first icon silver pack done and the first league SBC done, because once they start kicking in, it just starts taking off to like supersonic speed. The problem is that at the point we're at now is it takes a relatively large amount of hours. I'd probably say 5 to 8 hours to get to that stage. And if I just did like 1 hour a day, we'd be looking at 8 days of me just opening bronze packs. And that's just, nobody cares about that enough. Like, I know you guys all watched yesterday's video in your masses, and I know it got a lot of good reception, but eventually you're going to be like, all right, we get it. You open some bronze packs, what's next, right? And so with the comments on that, guys, the thing that I mostly asked yesterday was how much time do I put into this account at the start? And because I don't think anybody should really be in this horrific state of their account, I'm okay to put a little bit more time in it. And I'm just going to, as you can see, I've not cut out anything. Everything I've done on this account is here except building the silver player packs. That's the only thing I've cut out because you don't really need to see that. But what you're seeing here is you're seeing me open the pack sped up 300%, and then you're seeing the sales at real time. And some people keep telling me you can't sell the fitness cards. I mean, I'm not selling like stupid amounts. Mostly I'm selling the players, which is nice. But the fitness cards are selling, man. They're selling. And, you know, we've opened so many bronze packs already, and we're still at a good point in terms of coins. And you can see there that, I mean, some of them are only selling for 150 as well, but they're selling. They're going. They don't go quick and they don't go often, but they go over time. And the more people that feel disenchanted with it and stop listing the bronze fitness cards, and the more people that just don't believe in the system and don't believe that it works, the better it is for those of us that carry on going, because there's less competition, which means more sales, right? Which is just great. So the first comment, which was one of the top comments with regards to me asking, is from Bob Marley. Love your work, dude. He says, I think you should open bronze packs even when not making a vid, but I think you should still record it and put 2 times speed and talk over it at the beginning of the video. And that's exactly what we're doing here. And I'm only going to do it until we get to that stage of having a good revolving amount of players where we're completing league SBCs almost on the daily, right? Because at that point, we'll start seeing good profits. Bronze packs will be opened less and less, and will be opened in stints rather than as our primary source of coins, because eventually you don't want bronze packs to be your primary like source of gaining coins. You want your bronze packs to be a maintenance tool. So you want them to be feeding you bronze league SBC players and then off league SBC players that you can get silver cards with, while still turning you small returns in the short term by selling the fitness cards and any other random items that sell. But in the long term, saving you tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of coins via completing league SBCs. So right now I'm using bronze packs for a method to create coins, which is why I'm only focusing on the 4 leagues for the SBCs. But long term, I will not be using the bronze pack method to create coins. I will be using it to save coins. How quick we get to that point depends on how much time I put in. And if you're, you know, if you're at this stage and you can't put as much time in as me, again, I would probably just recommend that this kind of method isn't for you, really. And as harsh as that may seem, it's just kind of the truth. Lots of comments to go, and we are going to go live on the account once everything you see here is gone. The next comment is from Backyard FIFA. He says, will the normal Road to Glory continue as normal? Now, in terms of video content, no. I don't know what I'm going to be doing on this channel for the next couple of weeks. Maybe we'll just do this every day. Maybe we'll double upload with a Road to Glory here and there. But the Road to Glory is still getting played on and used. It's just all getting streamed. So if you watch my live streams, mixer.com/NepentheZ, almost every night. Tonight that you're watching this video, this is going to be the first night I don't stream in about 10 days. I've been going really hard since this League SBC thing came out, or since it, got popularized, since we started grinding it so hard. And so I just need a day today to just try and like chill. But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, all the way through the weekend, we'll be streaming every night on Mixer again. And that's where we're at. So I'll be streaming the Road to Glory. And what that comment kind of led into was hold on, let me grab it. It is from Reese DJ04. He says, will you have an end goal of this, like to get an icon after you've done all the League SBCs to show how well this video works? Keep up the good work. Like, so in terms of the Road to Glory, the normal Road to Glory, and then this series, I basically want to just have this series and an end goal wrapped up by Team of the Season so that we can go back to the normal Road to Glory in terms of video content. And so what I think my end goal will be is just showing an attainable way to consistently make coins long term. And so we started with 50,000 coins and that Ribery that's locked up now, and I'll just continue locking that Ribery up on the trade pile. We started with 50,000 coins essentially. And so I think completing a League SBC and completing some SBCs and maybe having 500,000 or 1 million coins in the bank will be a good end goal for me, because then I'll be able to show you, like, look, hey guys, here's episode 1. A week or 10 days later, I've got 500,000. I've completed some SBCs. Our account's stacked, and it's all documented here for you to follow step by step, 100%. You can't go wrong, So my end goal is probably to have just a good economy within my own account. Other than that, I don't have an end goal of creating an icon or completing every League SBC. I just have an end goal of showing the continued long-term profit. Spencer says, Nep, do you recommend taking the untradeable rewards for rivals or the coins? If you're this early into the game stage, I would probably say take the coins. If you have just nothing in your account. But again, I assume that most of you have things in your accounts, right? So what I would say is take tradable rewards. Now, I know that Frog, who's the guy that really has got me into this a lot heavier, I know he takes untradeable rewards because in his mind, he gets double the players that you can put into SBCs for tradable packs. The reason why I don't take tradable rewards, untradables, and why I think tradable is better is because he's banking on the fact of having 2 sets of players instead of 1. Whereas I'm banking on the fact that by taking tradable, if you pack something big, you can essentially afford more than the 2 sets of players. So if you pack something worth 300,000 coins, I know it's as rare as it happens, or 200,000 coins, you now have way more equity to just buy more players. Whereas if you were to pack that card untradeable, he only has the value of the lowest rated version of that card and can never be sold. So for me personally, I think tradable rewards, if you're doing the League SBC grind, are far, far more valuable regardless of your pack luck compared to untradeable rewards to get double the players. So this is just going to be the end bit here, guys, of the post-com stuff. We're going to go into a live bit of video now. So we've got one more bronze pack, and I will, of course, well, I won't be right back. I'm literally just, it's just going to be like, I'm going to be there. So before we get into some more comments, guys, I just want to give you a brief little rundown of where we are in the account. Some more items have sold. Hopefully some more items have sold. They haven't. So just the rare players are mostly selling at the moment, and for, some for a decent amount, some for not. I sold this rare bronze. I completely forgot I was saving for the Saudi League. I got into a habit of just selling the rare bronzes, and I checked his price. I was like, oh, 700 coins. And as I listed him, I was like, oh no, I needed him. But yeah, we sold some items. We're back up to 39,000 coins. Now I have, we'll be able to sell him still for a few coins. The squad fitnesses have dropped down just a little bit. And again, I think it's just because of a lot of people are doing bronze pack method. Also, the weekly objectives, again, don't really require too much time invested into rivals. And so squad fitness cards and fitness cards in general aren't selling at a super, super high rate. What I also tend to find is that I'm selling more fitness cards during like off-peak times. So during the basically in terms of UK, from about 4 p.m. to about 11 p.m. I struggle to sell any fitness cards, and I think it's just because there are so many of you guys listing your cards on the market at that time that it's just flooding them, right? And that's absolutely fine, because what I'm finding is I'm selling a lot more of them during the really late night UK. So between sort of like midnight to 4 a.m. UK, I find I'm selling about like 4 or 5. You saw in the video that we just played where it wasn't live, you saw a fair few of my fitness cards selling, the individual ones. And I also seem to find that just during the afternoon, when I get up at around 11, 12 in the morning, for the next sort of 2 or 3 hours, I find I'm actually selling vast amounts. So they are selling. It's just about perseverance with the bronze fitness cards. You know, it might take you a week to sell one or a day to sell 100. It honestly is just perseverance. People will always buy the fitness cards. It just comes down to how hard are you willing to put the time in for them. So outside of that, we started with 53,000 coins. We're still at 39,000 coins. We've obviously got some stuff on the trade pile, which will take us back up. And then in terms of consumables, we've still got 66 player fitness cards, which even at 150 coins, and I'll prefer to take them at 150 coins value, that's 10,000 coins worth of cards right there, or 9,500 after tax. So we're still very, very, very close to our initial coin total just off of the trade pile and the consumables, not even taking into consideration everything else that we've got going on the account, which is all of the silvers that we've already put into the account, the fact that I've got 11 more silver packs saved up for right now to start with, and just putting ourselves in a good point. Now, in the back of my mind, I'm obviously a little bit concerned about, okay, so what if I struggle to really get rid of my fitness cards in the short term, and I run out of coins from bronze packs from this 50k, where am I going to go with this series? Because it is very dependent on the bronze packs. And so I have a few things that I can do, because a few people were asking, like, what happens if you run out of coins? Have I actually got a duplicate? Okay, so what I'm going to do here, one of the comments that we get, I need to find it before we go on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. What do you do, from Ben Smith, what do you do if you have a duplicate untradeable common silver, but you only have 2 to 3 players from that team? And that applies to right here, because I have a duplicate untradeable rare silver, and I'm not interested in looking at Willem 2 yet. They're a difficult team to attain all the players for. And so you have a few choices. You have 3 choices to what you can do. Number 1, Ben, is you could just go and complete that team. Just go and pay the coins to complete the rest of the team, especially if it's a relatively cheap team. If it's like 8k or less, just go and buy the rest of the players and get it done. If it's like a 10k or more team, or a 9k or more team, I would do option 2, which is to put that card plus 10 other cards in the silver upgrade. I've already built the silver upgrade to the best of my ability. I was waiting for 2 more. Now that we've got that Willem 2 card, which we can get from the Dutch league here, I just need 1 more card. Imagine I have 2 silvers from this league. Imagine I get a duplicate there. So that now I only need 1 more, because I have all of these silvers, as you can see, they're from the off leagues. Now the other silver that we just got, where was he from? Polish league. I mean, that's perfect. So we can throw him in here, and we've now got ourselves our first gold pack. And it's, you know, not major, but it's an important start again, because we've done it with 10 players that we couldn't possibly sell and aren't relevant at this moment in time to any other SBC other than League SBCs, which is only this rare silver, which we've just packed as a duplicate. So put your duplicate untradeable commons from League SBCs into the gold upgrades and get yourself another pack. You know, it's not going to be major. I mean, the beautiful thing about those gold packs is they obviously help flush out your account with golds in the early stages to save you having to buy some golds. But the great thing about those gold packs, and especially when Team of the Season comes around, is that if a card has a common base gold card, but is a special or inform card, you can get that card in there. So on my Road to Glory account, oh, that's a big card, that is, isn't it? Look at that. That's actually like a 4K card from NepentheZ there. That is brilliant. Yeah, from from my Road to Glory account already. I've already packed 3 informs from these common gold upgrades, including 2 walkouts, 2 of the walkout informs that were obviously base golds. And so when we get, I mean, let's open it now and show you guys. So we get 3 common golds. If we get a walkout here, I know it's just an inform. I very much doubt we're going to get a walkout or anything like that, but you can get informs in these packs. And again, it just saves you. But the benefit is, obviously, we've now got 3 players again. Al-Shabaab, which I already have like 3 or 4 players for, and Hertha and PSV, which, you know, for Hertha, I think Hertha Berlin, I believe, is a pretty good and affordable SBC that also has some bronzes. And so now I'm going to note for myself the fact that I have a Hertha Berlin player. I can just now consider saving the bronzes when I get them, because it's also a really good pack. So it's 6,500 coins from scratch for a small rare Electrum players pack, right? And they have at least 2 bronzes and the rest golds, but the golds are discard price. So with him, if I can go and pack the 2 bronzes, not saying I will, you know, in the next 2 packs, but I'm sure I will over time. I've now got 3 players from Hertha Berlin, and I can go and spend the extra 4k to get a rare, whatever the hell pack it was. The other thing that you can do as well, the most important thing for us right now is sustaining our coin balance. We're taking small losses here and there, but sustaining our coin balance and trying to get the first set of 11 bronzes or 11 rares from off leagues to get into the Icon SBCs. Once we can start getting into the Icon SBCs, we're in a great spot. That's another decent card, isn't it? Yeah, it's like another 1k card from the Spanish league. So the next comment is from Ice G. He said Nep should have started a whole new account without coins and ribbery. I would have 0 coins. I wouldn't even be able to open 1 bronze pack. I don't understand how, like, this is where that whole, if you're not even at this stage yet, this isn't for you. If you don't have just like 40 or 50,000 coins in your account that you can just take and put aside for this isn't for you. It just isn't. You know, you're putting yourself in a position of, like, you know, again, I go back to other games. Like, let's say you're playing what's like a grindy game, like World of Warcraft, right? Let's say you're on World of Warcraft and you've got yourself a brand new account. Now you can even buy level 90 accounts on World of Warcraft, and then your buddy's like level 3 billion or whatever. You're not going to be like, oh, hey man, you shouldn't be on that level because I'm not on that level. If you want to get there, you got to grind. And I need a starting base. I need a point to go from, because if I don't have a point to go from, I'm not going to be able to do anything, because when you start the account, you don't have anything on the account. And what I would have done then, and it actually would have made it really, really easier for me, because what I would have done is I would have just gone and played some offline games, right? If I had done it from a fresh account, I would have played some offline games. Oh, crap, I don't want to keep those things. I would have played some offline games to get an initial coin balance, which would have gave me some squad battles rewards, and I would have gone and done the basic and advanced SBCs that are extremely overpowered and would have given me loads and loads of players, and I would have been on hundreds of thousands of coins. The reason why I decided against doing the advanced and basic SBCs is because at this stage in FIFA, most people have already done them, so they can't redo them. So I want to act as if my account doesn't have them, because it would just give me some players and some, you know, some really, really cheap SBCs that give really good packs that would just boost me up to, honestly, just hundreds of thousands of coins just off the bat. And not everyone has that luxury, unless, of course, you wanted to start a brand new account and get to that stage. But then everything that you have on your current account would go to waste, and I don't necessarily think that that is very smart. We'll list him up right now. So the next comment is from Max Simmons. He says, why are you not selling any of the kits? Great vids, by the way. The kits just don't sell. There's like 2 kits that sell. I'll know them when I see them, and I haven't got them yet. I think you might have been talking about the silver kit that I got. Sorry, not the silver kit, the Al Tawoon kit. They have a yellow kit and a purple kit. They are really, really nice kits. They just don't sell, right? So too many bronze packs get opened too often to the point where they will never sell. Jesse Yarnold says, great video, mate. Been a father of 4. I don't have that much time to do the grind, but it definitely works. Can't wait for the next one. Thumbs up from me. Keep it coming. And I appreciate it, man. And the beautiful thing about this is that even if you have responsibilities, you can get some action in. You know what I mean? You can open just 10 or 15 bronze packs here or there all day because of the companion app. Just sit there and pop a couple open. And on that note, I picked up another comment where Anton said, good tip, when I'm opening bronze packs, I'm just sitting watching Netflix for the 1 to 2 hours I'm opening bronze packs. The time goes very fast. But just in general, I'm not saying like you're like, oh, now I have to go and watch Netflix. But like if you're just sitting there chilling, watching some TV or watching the football or something, so this kit actually might sell, watching the football or something, then you could just open yourself a couple of bronze packs here or there. Like what I did for today's video, that first 15 minutes, I literally every time I just had like 5 minutes spare, I was like, let me just go and bang open a few more bronze packs, relist the items, and then go back to what I was doing in my like normal day, essentially. Which obviously for me, my normal day is still on this game, but I just wasn't on this account. Now for Central Coast, guys, Central Coast is the first interesting one to me, because I have, I think, 6 Central Coast players, but I need some silvers. Now, if the silvers are really cheap, I could go and finish off Central Coast and get myself my first pack that will contain tradable golds, tradable silvers, and tradable bronzes, which obviously would be good if we hit something big and terrible if we didn't. However, with this low amount of coins, the risk is bad, because if it doesn't pay off, I've lost 4,000 or 5,000 coins, which could be 10, 12 bronze packs that would just bring me back more equity into the club, right? So at this stage here, it is just really tough to know what to do. I anticipate on Thursday, when the new marquee matchups comes out, I anticipate I will make a lot of coins then, because I should hopefully have a lot of bronzes. And on Wednesday night, whatever bronze packs I open from Wednesday night, I won't be using any of them for silver upgrade packs, because I'll just be waiting to see what EA release on Thursday, and then how much I can make from selling the bronzes that will go up, if any go up at all. If any go up at all, we'll cash in. We'll make 10, 15, maybe even 20,000 coins. And that's where, for me, the big kind of profit starts to come in. Every Thursday for marquee matchups, and every time that there's like a really cool promo on, like, or a big event, you know, over Futmas, there was loads of like little daily SBCs that required bronzes. There was SBCs that literally, you remember the 81 to 86 pack that required 4 bronzes and 7 golds? You could just list up any bronzes you wanted, and they would eventually sell. If you actually had the wherewithal, essentially, to sit there and just list up bronze after bronze after bronze, you just start cleaning up. And it's little money, right? It's just little profits. And it's not the most efficient way to make coins. For me, this is just fun. I really enjoy that. And I think that's why a lot of people show up to watch these videos, because I think a lot of other people really enjoy this grind as well. And it is a real grind, you know. It's not something that's simple. Come on, be a good centre back for us. He's only 200 coins. It's not something that's simple. No, sorry, beg your pardon. It is something that's simple. It is just a grind. And like any game where you have to grind for something, there are always multiple avenues to go through it. And this is the one that I'm choosing to put out there. So the next comment is from Cameron. He says, could you not do the SBC grind on Xbox? Let's see this Jaguares kit. Maybe this one sells. Nope. And see how you make money on Xbox, because the players and fitness items are a lot cheaper, and I think it doesn't work as effectively as it does on PS4. I have multiple people. So after I read that comment, I did a little check. I checked with a few guys in the Discord and stuff like that were doing this. I was like, hey, anyone here on Xbox successful with this? And plenty of them were successful with it on Xbox. The argument of things being cheaper or more expensive is really moot once you get to a certain point, because if players are cheaper, it means it's cheaper for you to complete the SBCs by buying the players and getting packs straight away. So if you already have even 3 or 4 players from a squad, and you go on to FUTBin, and let's go to the Japanese league, for example. Is that a Henan Jianye card? It is. He's one of the useless ones. But there he is nonetheless. Yeah, let's go. Let me go to the Japanese League, because the Japanese League has got some really cheap teams. So in the J League, you've got, for the cheapest team, so Jubilo Iwata, now this is a really good one, is, I don't know where you're getting that it's cheaper on Xbox as well, because it always seems to be more expensive on Xbox, which again doesn't matter, and I'll explain why in a second. But Jubilo Iwata on PlayStation is 4.7k for a mixed players pack from scratch, according to FUTBin. Now, you'll probably be able to get that way cheaper on open bid. You'll probably be able to get it for 3 to 3.5k. And that's for a mixed players pack. So that's going to give you only one rare, sure, but 4 golds and 4 silvers. Now, if you hit any relatively expensive silver, even at 1,000 coins or so, you're starting to cash in a little bit now, right? And so Jubilo Iwata, mad cheap. Kawasaki F is 5.8k on whoops, didn't mean to do that. Meant to sell him. 5.8k on PlayStation and 7.75k. So I don't necessarily know where you get this idea that it's cheaper on Xbox, the players are cheaper and so they don't sell. But if they are cheaper, it means it's cheaper to go out and complete the SBCs. And if they're more expensive, it means you make more when you complete the SBCs. So whether the market moves up or down, as long as you're kind of following my regard with this, you're gonna just make money regardless. Because yeah, like, if the standard golds are up 50%, that means that you make 50% more every time you open a pack. And if the standard golds are down 50%, it means you save 50% every time you need to buy players to go toward a pack. The only difference, the only notable kind of like impact that the rise in popularity this has had in the very short term is that some of the teams have gone really expensive, but not necessarily because of supply and demand, but actually because of price fixers. For example, though, Cardiff have come massively down in price, but there are the biggest 2 teams, well, there's actually 3 teams that have gone very expensive, right? One of them is in the Serie A. Now, Parma and Empoli have always been relatively expensive, and then obviously Juventus have always been relatively expensive, and everything else has typically been, not dirt cheap, but cheap. But recently, Genoa has also gone very expensive. And so Genoa is up at 25,000 coins, and it hasn't been that expensive. And obviously people will take that one example and be like, oh, look, this, everyone knowing about this has ruined it. But generally, there's not been a change or a shift in the market much at all. And you can't really take FUTBin too close to heart for value, because it doesn't update bronzes and silvers very often. So the price you see, it might be 10k more expensive or 10k less expensive than the price you see, and FUTBin just hasn't updated, right? And again, that's driven a lot by price fixers. So outside of that, Genoa right now is coming in at 22k, whereas just a few days ago, back in February, it was 8k. But what people don't understand, and this is where myself and some of the other content creators that have kind of popularized this are getting a little bit of stick for, is that what people don't understand is that Genoa have had transferred players out. And so there was a lot of supply of those Genoa players, but now doesn't exist. And so there's been a steady incline in the price of Genoa for the last 2 months, not because of the last 2 days. The only thing that's happened is the last 2 days has really accelerated the process of these cards going extinct, because people are getting around the league so quickly. And so it's taken us to a point where now more silvers are required for Genoa that are obviously more rarely packed, and it's bumped the price up. And so even if you go back to April the 4th for Genoa, it was 20,000 coins, according to FUTBin. And if you go back as far as March 22nd for Genoa, it was 18,700 coins. And then yesterday, it was 22,000 coins. So it's only a few, it's only like 10, 15, maybe 20% up over the last 3 or 4 days. But it's been, as I say, it's been on a steady rise for the last little while. And that's because of the state of the cards that aren't in the game anymore that you need to complete that club. And so other than Genoa in the Serie A, and then in the La Liga, you've got not like Barcelona and Real Madrid are actually like relatively affordable, and Atletico Madrid are relatively affordable as well. The La Liga has been taken over by Valladolid and Huesca. Now, Valladolid were typically the more expensive team in the league, and they've been around 50,000 coins for a long time. If I go down and have a look at the price fluctuation, literally since the day Valladolid came out in February, like when La Liga came out, and Footbin here says that it was around 25,000 coins, and it went down to 20,000 coins, and then by February the 16th, it was 60,000 coins. Since then, it's just flatlined. So there's been no price increase or decrease on Valladolid. It stayed exactly the same, and it's just an expensive one. It's been 48k for literally for months, with the odd occasion of it dipping because somebody would have listed a silver cheaper price. Footbin would have done a price check then, and that's what it would have calculated it as. But generally speaking, it's it's been way expensive for a long time. The big issue for me with Valladolid, the thing that's weird is there is an abundance of players on the market for Valladolid, but it just doesn't seem to impact the price. Like when I was checking for players yesterday, because I completed it on the Road to Glory, there was literally like, when I was looking for goalkeepers, there was like 5, 6, 7 pages of goalkeepers at 8k minimum. And I'm like, damn, are these guys not like trying to undercut each other, slowly driving the price down? And the answer is no, they weren't. Everyone's just holding because they know that if people want to complete the league, they will be forced to pick up those players or try and pack those players, which obviously is pretty difficult. The other team that's mad expensive, which is Huesca, I mean, this team is just getting out of control. And I believe that Huesca's getting out of control, not because of supply and demand, because if you look at all the other expensive teams throughout the course of this game, like Cardiff and like Valladolid, they've stayed in price. So why has certain teams gone up? It's not due to supply and demand. It's due to just people ruining it for everyone, a small group of people buying up. When you do Huesca, you know that you need, regardless of loyalty, you need one of the Huesca defenders, and one of the Huesca goalkeepers, and so all of the Huesca players in that position, that is absolutely vital, because you simply can't do it without them. You can't, even if you got loyalty on all of the other players and position changed all of the other players, you still need a goalkeeper and a centre-back. And so people are just price fixing them. People are buying all of them and then relisting them for more expensive and continuing that process. And it just makes it more and more expensive. And so Huesca has gone mental value over the last few days. It's actually been relatively high. In fact, if we go back to March the 6th, it was 80k. If we come to March the 22nd, it was 75k. In April, it's been a little bit lower. In April, it went down to 56k and such. And then April 13th, it went down to 45k, which even that is still relatively expensive. But today, and now more specifically, it's back up at like 63,000 coins on PlayStation and 78,000 coins on Xbox. And it's just really expensive. And so there's been some, I'm getting some tweets and stuff about ruining the game or ruining the ability to complete this process. If silver players now are mad expensive because everybody's completing these teams, there's just another opportunity to make coins through silver packs. You open a silver pack and your cards are now worth more because the silver market is up. But because it's only on a few teams, because of price fixers, the silver market actually isn't generally up, which is why silver packs actually aren't worth it. Silver packs would be not the greatest investment right now unless you hit an Utrecht defender or a Huesca silver or a Valladolid silver, because even some of the Cardiff silvers now aren't really that expensive. And so, like I say, other than a few teams here and there, there's like, the market hasn't shifted at all. But to complete the leagues, you're going to have to fork out on the specific cards. And the leagues themselves, okay, they have gone up a little bit here or there. But again, unless it's a specific team that goes up, a league going up globally doesn't make any difference, because it just means the whole market rises, which means when you're selling those players that you get as duplicates, or when you're just selling players in general, you're not losing out because you're selling them for more. And so when it drops, you're buying them for cheaper, and when it rises, you're selling them for cheaper. And no matter which way around you're doing it, as long as you're following, you know, a strict pattern of not just going out and buying every single player every single time, which if you are, again, you're just doing it wrong. But as long as you're not following a strict pattern of buying every single player every single time, you're still making coins. And so, yeah, the regardless of the price of the Xbox market versus PlayStation market, the only teams that are going to cause you issues are those big price fixed teams. And the biggest teams right now, the most expensive teams, are, you know, even Genoa's not that expensive. At 25k to go around the cycle again, that's not that bad. But the most expensive teams, Huesca, Valladolid, and Utrecht. With regards to Utrecht, I would even disregard... what I would do if I were you guys is I would complete the Eredivisie as you get players one time. And then when you get to having just Utrecht left, I would just start selling every Eredivisie player and only ever complete the Eredivisie entirely when you pack the Utrecht defenders untradeable, which might never happen. And if that never happens, then you just never complete... Wait, have I already completed? When that never happens, you just never complete the SBC, which is okay, because it's only an 84 rated card anyway, and those Utrecht defenders are just so damn expensive. You need to pay like Utrecht is like 40k, sorry, like 50k or 60k. So unless you buy them, which is just stupid, and unless you pack them untradeable, every time you get one of those Utrecht centre backs, I would sell it. Now, the La Liga is a little bit different. Right now, I'd sell them if I got them, because I'm not in a position to even consider completing the league, let alone the expensive teams. But if you're in a position where you're close to completing it, it's possibly worth going and picking up the cards just to get them, right? And the reason why you would want to go around the cycle again is because if you're being efficient with how you're doing this, you're making so many coins right now that... you've got so many players of the La Liga completed again that spending the 40, 50k that it takes to finish off Huesca or Valladolid is going to open up the ability to do the whole League SBC again, which is obviously a win for you. That's what you want. You want to be able to do it as many times as possible because of the long-term positives that it gives, right? So I don't think it really makes much of a difference. Ben Smith says, what do you do if you have a duplicate untradeable common silver, but only have 2-3 players from the team? We already did that comment earlier. And then Vihan Shah says, why not open the premium bronze packs? So if you have a lot of coins, and you're feeling brave and fruity, go ahead and open the premium bronze ones. They can be as powerful and as effective as the 400 coin ones. Now the 400 coin bronze packs are just pretty much guaranteed long-term profit. You spend 400 coins, you get 12 items. At worst case scenario, you just need to sell 3 items of those 12 items for 150 coins, for essentially discard price. Wow, I didn't get many Bundesliga players. I've been getting Bundesliga 3 players constantly all day, and now we got none. That's crazy. Yeah, you can go and sell the items. Wait, what was I saying? Yeah, you can sell the bronze 400 coin pack items. You only need to sell 3, and there will always be a point in time where you will sell 3. With the 750 coin pack, you would obviously need to sell 5 minimum, right? Because you need to make 750 coins back. So at the low end, in terms of risk versus reward, the 400 coin packs are just far more rewarding in that regard. At the high end, however, some rare bronzes and hitting obviously fitness cards is so much more beneficial that, yeah, opening a bronze pack, it can be valuable to you. The fact we only got 5 packs out of that is both bad and good. It's bad because I thought I had more, but it's good because it means we got a lot of League SBC cards right there. So that's why, if the premium bronze packs, it's just riskier. It's not like a massive risk or anything. It's only 750 coins at the end of the day. You can go and play 1 game of FIFA and earn those coins back. No problem at all. But it is just riskier. So that's another big card that we got there. Another 1,000 coin card. And we are getting to a point now where we're close on biting the bullet on certain teams and investing 2,000 or 3,000 coins. And there's one Japanese league team that I could potentially complete already if I spent 2,000 or 3,000 coins. And there's one Australian league team as well, Central Coast Mariners, I could complete. And we'll go and look at it in a second. But the next thing that I want to do, that again, if you're in a point that I'm at, I also suggest you guys to do this. Rio Ave is a very good card to get as well. I suggest you guys to do this as well. Is the card that I got for free for foot swaps? I'm going to go and put that in for a premium election players or whatever it is, an election players pack or whatever. We get a Spao left back as well there. That's another 1,000 coin card, which is quite nice. I'm going to go and put that card in to the SBC and get ourselves whatever it may be. What was it? Is it a premium election? Yeah, premium election players pack for the 1 token, because I don't need this. Oh wait, you need 2. Oh god damn. Oh, it's any for 2. Where's the 1 token thing for this week? Is it a jumbo gold pack? Oh, it is. We get a jumbo gold pack. I mean, now it's untradeable, so maybe if we get a free pack in there, or if we get a coin unlock or something, or a free pack or a coin unlock would be ideal. Contracts and position modifiers and stuff like that doesn't really mean anything to us. But what we're looking forward to doing, and I'll describe it just a little bit deeper in a second. But what we're looking forward to doing is just to start getting those icon SBCs underway. You know, just to start getting those first bronze ones and those first silver ones ticked off, because we'll start seeing a massive influx of coins and cards then. And that's where we're at with the grind. So this is already quite good as well. A few more important league SBC cards. We don't care about any of this, even the fitness cards. We can't sell any of this, so it just doesn't matter to us in any regard. So that's only given me ultimately 6 players there for that token, but it's going to save me around like 4,000 coins long term. Obviously, which isn't great, but it is okay. And so the last comment that I've got is from EA Team Live. He says, Yonep, what do you do with untradeable non-rare off-league silvers? So the untradeable common silvers, as I showed as well earlier, is you just put them into the gold upgrade. And then when you get tradable versions of cards, hold them for marquee matchups or for SBCs. But every time you get untradeable cards that you just can't do anything with, find an upgrade pattern for them. You could either put them in bronze, silver, or gold upgrade all of the time. There's never, even if it's rare golds that are untradeable from off leagues, just recycle them back through the gold upgrade, and maybe you hit a player that's important to you, you know? Obviously, that's a little bit long term. So in terms of the leagues that we've got to a point right now, and this is why I kind of want to accelerate the process by opening a few more bronze packs off stream and off camera and stuff, is because we are in a decent-ish position now. Shizumu, I think I got another player or 2 here from Shizumu. What are we looking for? We're looking for the Japanese league, and we're looking for Shizumu. Yeah, we got 2 more, including an untradeable silver. So we're in a point now where I have only 3 players to purchase, but it's a 64 rated squad. So I'm going to go ahead and look at Shizumu. It's a mixed players pack, which is really good because it's 12 players and it's tradable. So let's go and have a look at the J League and have a look at the total price of what Shizumu would cost. It's a 11k team. And you need this 68. You need a silver goalkeeper and you need a silver striker. Now, let me have a look at what I would be able to do with concepts. So apparently you need this guy, and apparently you need a silver goalkeeper. Now, because we've got so much loyalty, we might be able to get away with a little extra here or there. So you need this guy. That puts us only up to 59 rated. We already have the other guy. And then they've got centre-backs and CDMs. I've got centre mid in there. Let me just go and get a defender. And have a look basically at what defender we essentially need to complete this off. So El Senio there, a 71 is enough, a 66 isn't. So I'm these 3 players away from pretty much completing this SBC. Now, obviously, I don't have the chemistry for it. I would be able to get the chemistry for it by just going and buying the low-tier centre-back that's really, really cheap, right? And then a low-tier left-back that's really, really cheap. Like, I could get those, but it depends on how expensive these silvers are, which is quite expensive. 1.9k there for him, 1.4k. for him. And this is why I don't think it's worth me completing this team right now, because I would have to spend a little bit of coins. There's 1,000 coins. Do you know what? For him, for 1,000 coins, what I am going to do is I'm going to pick him up if he's not gone already. Yeah, I was going to relist him for 1,600 coins. Like, if I see it there, I'd buy it. But there are a few players that I need now. But we're nearly at a point where this team's almost done. And again, 700 coins for the goalkeeper there. Not too bad. I'm going to keep an eye out for these players now over the next 3 or 4 hours, just when I can get on, I'll just have a look, and if I can find them for a really good price, I'll get them, because we'd be in a really, really good position. Let me actually go and get the left back and the centre back. I think they're like really, really, really cheap. The left back might be a bit expensive actually, because he's the only left back, but we don't need many chem points here. So the left back, he's okay actually. He's been bid on there. I'm going to add him to transfer targets, and I'll see if I can bid on him and maybe pick him up for cheap. But there's 1,000 bin there as well. But if we put a right back in instead here and a centre back in here, we would be 1 loyalty point short. But as you can see now I'm looking at having to buy 5 players, and that's not what I want to do. It's not. There's no point in buying 5 players. So we're a little bit away from Shimizu, but we're in a good spot there. And then for some rest of the league, let's have a look how many players we have from the rest of the league, because we have picked up a lot of players today. I think Gamba Osaka, I remember getting a few players for, literally 2. H Konsa, Jubilo Iwata. So we have 4, and Jubilo Iwata is that cheap team that I told you guys about, like really cheap. Kawasaki F, nothing. Hiroshima, nothing. Tosu, nothing. And then the other thing we're going to go and do is we're going to go and have a look at the Australian League and see where we got to with a few of those guys. We're not close enough in the J League to any other team yet, sadly. But yeah, so for the Australian League as well, I know for Central Coast, we're in a good spot. We have 5 from Central Coast, and I think we have 5 from another one of the teams as well. Newcastle Jets, we only have 3. Perth Glory, we have 4. Sydney, we have 2. Wellington Phoenix, we have 2. And the WS Wanderers, we have 5, including an untradeable silver. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead again and look at the WS Wanderers from the Australian League and have a look at A, how much this says it costs, and B, what pack it is. So it's a small goal players pack that says it's 11.2k. So again, I'm not necessarily interested in even looking at this one yet, because we need 4 silvers in total and we only have 1, so we're miles off. So the next thing, and why I'm going to kind of push a little bit harder off camera to get some bronzes and stuff, is because once I can start getting the initial icons done, we start unlocking just massive amounts of potential from silvers and gold packs. Just getting cards that we can sell on that we don't need right now to give us more coins, and getting silvers that are going to really help us. So we need obviously 11 bronzes for Humble Beginnings. Now I've been selling the rare bronzes, but it might be worth me picking up or you know, picking a specific league. So it might be worth saying, okay, so every League 4 bronze that I get, I'm going to keep so that I can get this one done. And then for silvers, we've got a lot of silvers and we've got a lot of off-league silvers that we can already use. I just don't have the chemistry. Now, what I could do is take the risk of saying, okay, we can build using a few of the other silvers that we don't need, but that might be a waste. You know, we could take a few of the like French League silvers or the Dutch League silvers or the Mexican League silvers, because they're going to be mad cheap anyway. But at the same time, I want to kind of keep them because they're going to be important to me. But we have got a lot of silvers. The biggest issue here is just chemistry for the silvers. I don't have nearly enough chemistry in here. This is Humble Beginning, so it wouldn't even matter. Let me go and have a look. Don't get those cards. Like, I just don't think we'll get 75 chemistry. So we're not far off. You know, we're not far away from getting into a point where it's like, okay, we can actually complete this SBC now and get our first tradable gold pack. And even if that tradable gold pack contains just dead out cards, we can do a few things with those cards. First thing we can do is we can sell them and just get some coins. You know, even if it's just selling them for 400, 500, 600 coins, we could just sell them and get some coins. Second thing we can do is we can put them into teams that we can complete and get ourselves a few more, a few more tradable packs. And once we get to that stage, I'm telling you guys, man, Once we start unlocking those first icon packs and those first icon silvers, we're just going to start melting through this process. The thing that's taking me the longest right now is like I say, the sustaining of coins is very, very important. So what do we have here for leagues? So we had a few German League 2 cards. So we've got Kempe and Hauptmann, a right mid and a cam. That's actually a good start for chemistry. So Kempe and Hauptmann can go in there. That gives us some chem. What about Mexican leagues? Did we have 2 Mexican league players? No, only 1. We had 2 Czech league players, and they are a centre-back and a goalkeeper. Now, that's okay, but they don't strong link, sadly. We've got 2 Argentinians there as well. Not from the Argentinian league each, but there are 2 Argentinians there. So we'll pop him in there and him in there. That puts us up to 48 chemistry already. If we put this left mid actually at left mid and go and grab a striker and pop him in at striker, we're close, dudes, to getting our first gold pack here. We're not like there, but we're not far away from being there. We have got a Mexican. Oh, I do have another Mexican. What's he? So he's a right back. So we could put the right back in there. Yeah, we can't sadly get too much chemistry bonus there because they don't hard link. They only soft link to each other. And then last but not least, we can put the left wing in there. So we're close, dudes. We're a couple, maybe 1 or 2. Well, we're basically 2 players away from getting our first gold players pack. And the way to do that is to carry on the grind. And like I say, even if I opened all of these packs, all of these coins with packs, I know that I would eventually like get the cycle going. The biggest problem, that actually went for 350 and I forgot to check it. That's really frustrating because that, like, this card sells for 2.5k. Damn it, man. I could have made like 2k coins right there. But yeah, the process will work. It just takes time. And on my trade pile, people again are going to be like, "Oh man, you're down to 27.5k coins. I've literally lost half my coins already." And I can take that. But we've got 3 squad fitness cards there. That's like what, 3,600. We'll ignore the players and just count squad fitness cards as 4,800. That makes 5,000 with that, 6,200 with that squad fitness card, 7, 8. So we've got just close to like 10,000 coins, 9 to 10,000 coins in just squad fitness cards and like other consumables. And then there's also a few players on here that will bring us back about another 3,000 coins because of that Byron and Skip as well. So there's about 12 to 13,000 coins on the trade pile. Once that sells, excluding the other fitness cards, we're back up to 40,000 coins. And then we have some fitness cards on there that will sell over time. We're back up to 340, or we're up to 341 players, and we have 87 individual fitness cards now, which even at 150 coins over time will make 13,000 more coins. So we are sustaining coins. I just need to sell the items. And the problem with the series, and the reason why I might not be able to upload this every day, is because it does take so long at times to sell the bronze items that I might struggle. But as soon as we can get that first gold pack and that first humble beginnings done, we start making so many coins from players anyway. So for now, guys, this is going to be the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And I'll see you next time. I'm out. Peace.